20-goal scorer goes to the net. Right down the slot. It's been done and he scores. Going back to last season, Pasternak. 61 goals. Here's 83 goals. Finds the back of the net. Through center on the go. Metzger has it in neutral towards the empty cage. He scores again. Alex Ovechkin closer to 800. Who's the try? Now it's a 3-on-2 for the Stars. Played out. Carries it across the line. And he scores! Denning went to the net, redirects it. A short-handed goal makes it 4-1 Dallas. That will not make the coach happy.
What the puck is going on?
This is what the puck is going on for Tuesday, March the 7th, 2023. I'm Stephen Murray. We're broadcasting live from the Deep End Studios in Virginia Beach, Virginia, the United States. All right, this is your hockey daily preview, and let's get right to it. See what we can figure out in the NHL this evening. We'll look at the injury report first. I'm a little bit out of the loop on the NHL here myself. Had some family distractions, we'll say, that we've been dealing with. Distraction's a bad way to put it. Family health issue. So I'm a little bit behind in terms of hockey. So we'll see if we can catch up on a few things here today. Okay. Buffalo, they look like they have a trio of players out for this game that they have tonight. Jost, Samuelson, and Stillman all will be out. Andre Case for Carolina, concussion out till mid-April now. Andres Englund for the Blackhawks out till mid-March. The Avalanche updating players. Landeskog still going to be out until April. Francouz mid-March. We're looking at Josh Manson end of March, Darren Helm end of March, and Eric Johnson ankle injury out till mid-April. Scott Wedgwood for Dallas is day-to-day. Evander Kane continues to be day-to-day. Vegas has a trio of players that they've updated. Logan Thompson, Mark Stone, Laurent Brosseau. All these players out. Stone longer term. Montreal continues to have a ton of players injured. Most of these players should be back at least this month. Sean Monahan, Brendan Gallagher, Joe Armia, Paul Byron, Kirby Doc, Caden Gully, and Justin Barron. New Jersey trio of players out here for a decent portion of March. Curtis Lazar, Mackenzie Blackwood, and Jonathan Bernier. Nashville has Husso Persson. He's day-to-day. Also, Philip Tomasino, day-to-day. Islanders have Barzell updated as day-to-day. Rangers have Tyler Moti out day-to-day. Cam Talbot for Ottawa is day-to-day. These players you're looking at till mid-March. For the Penguins, Ryan Poehling, Barakowski for the Kraken. San Jose has Simic and McDonald. Victor Hedman for Tampa Bay out till mid-March. Toronto, Ryan O'Reilly out until April. Luke Shin also out until March. Victor Mede also mid-March. Vancouver has Colin Delia day-to-day for illness, and the Capitals will list Farabee and Jensen as day-to-day. Winnipeg, Kyle Capobianco out for an illness in the short term here, day-to-day. All right, so ton of injuries, and as we go through the team reports as well, we'll add some players to that. We'll get the standings up here as well. See where we stand. Right here in the wild card picture for the wild card. If we pull this up in the playoffs, your two top wild card teams right now are still the Islanders and the Penguins, same as last week. A little bit of separation now, too. They have 72 and 71 points. Trailing them in what seems like a dead heat, really, is Buffalo, Ottawa, Florida, and Washington, all with 68 points. Detroit with 65, still within reach. Philadelphia at 59. You figure they are just too far back at this point still. All right. In the West Conference, Edmonton and Colorado are now your top 2 wild cards. So the Kraken have crawled out of that spot, as have Winnipeg. And trailing Colorado, who has 74 points, who occupies the last spot. Really just 2 contenders, 5 points back, Nashville and Calgary. Calgary with the nice win last night, on the road again tonight with a back-to-back at Minnesota. All right, the Blues, 59 points, too far back. So let's jump right into the slate. And some good games again, all important as we're getting down the home stretch here. A lot of 7 o'clock face-offs. So we have 5 games at 7 p.m., which is what we like to see. Toronto Maple Leafs are plus 115 at the Devils, minus 135, over under 6.5. If we look at the recent trends here for both of these teams, they're going to be pretty decent for sure. These are 2 of the top teams here in the Eastern Conference. New Jersey 7-2-1 in their last 10. Toronto's slipping a little bit now, just 6-4 in their last 10. Both teams can score goals. 212 goals scored for Toronto, 223 scored for New Jersey, which trails Boston still by about 14 goals. But the Devils have had a nice season offensively, 18-11-2 at home for New Jersey. Toronto decent on the road, 15-11-4. This is a tough game. I'm not so sure I have any kind of play here. I guess you look at some sort of an over. We'll look at the team goals overall. And I'll get Nephew Dave's picks. He's out in the field today doing work. So you'll have me exclusively. Over 2.5 Toronto goals, minus 160. That looks like a decent price for sure. I don't know if the Devils can get to over 3.5 at plus 116. I guess so. I think this game trends towards the over. I'm not so sure what else I'd really look at besides that. Over 7 is plus 144. I'm not so sure if they can get that many goals. But this is a good game in the Eastern Conference, 2 of the playoff contenders, and possibly a playoff series preview for sure. We'll go ahead and stick a no play on this one, only because there's a little bit of an unknown here. When these 2 really good teams tangle, defenses might tighten up as well, leading to some unders. Was it last night that I looked at the scoreboard? It was a barrage of unders that looked like for the first couple of periods. I think a couple of the games got there over late. But it looked like a low-scoring night overall yesterday. I guess I could bring all that up. Let's see how everyone did. I need to update myself here. So if we look at Monday night, Oilers game and Sabres, they stay under. Sharks and Jets stay under. Flames and Stars go over. Blackhawks, Senators were under. I think the Kings and Capitals ended up being an under game, and the Canucks beating the Predators was going to be an over game. Canucks, Kings, Blackhawks, Flames, Sharks, and Oilers all winners last night. So some dogs getting there. Flyers are at Tampa Bay. Tampa heavy favorite. We're going to have some heavy favorites on the slate tonight. Tampa minus 300. The comeback on the Flyers is plus 240. Over under is 6. I don't like anything about Philly right now. I can't trust Tampa Bay myself either. If we look at Tampa Bay total goals, that would be the only angle I look at. I think it's going to be too many goals for not enough juice for real. Over 3.5 is minus 130. I think that's a skippable play right there. Is Vasilevsky in that? Let's take a look at Vasilevsky. I don't know why I keep defaulting back to the NBA lines. It's just one of those days here. Carter Hart and Vasilevsky are your listed goalies. Can Vasilevsky get a shutout? 8 plus 870 said so. We just don't see the shutouts in the NHL this year. So I'm very weary about betting any kind of shutout on any of these teams. This is the better NHL menu. Yes, get me away from those NBA lines. But the price too high on the Lightning straight up at home. You're not getting enough juice for me either way in the Flyers with team goals, and they just haven't been playing well. They're about ready to pack it in as they are going to be eliminated from playoff contention sooner than later, I would think. All right, no play for me on that. Carolina Hurricanes are at Montreal at 7 p.m. face-off. Carolina, a huge favorite on the road, minus 365. The comeback plus 285. The goalies listed are Jake Allen and Antti Ranta. Skipping back to the injury report. I just want to see how banged up Montreal really is. Yeah, I mean, it just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 players continue to be on the IR for Montreal. They'll get 7 of those players back at some point. Be lucky to get one more back after that. But Montreal just the walking wounded at this point, the skating wounded. You can't put any faith in trying to do anything with them. Carolina comes in relatively healthy too. Pacioretty, Gardner, Case, all players out longer term. Pacioretty with the Achilles he suffered here beginning of February. So Carolina, although they're the healthier team, it makes sense that they go ahead and win this. I mean, do I want to try to get Carolina goals at home? I'm not so sure. Let's see here. Carolina total goals over 3.5, minus 156. Again, just juiced too much for me. There has to be better plays on the board than this. Carolina on the puck line is minus 1.5, minus 142. 60-minute line paying $225 for Carolina to win in regulation. I feel like Montreal's been playing a little bit better than what their record says, even with the injuries. Well, they lost three in a row, but 4 and 6 overall in their last 10. So that's giving me that perception. They still conceded 225 goals on the year. Carolina, they continue to hold a short lead over the Devils. They lead them by 2 points here in the Metro. Goals scored for Carolina, 212. They've given up 155. So really nice defensive effort there. 7-3 in their last 10 are the Hurricanes. Rangers starting to trail off pretty decently. They've lost 2 in a row in that division. So it's looking like a 2-horse race at this point with Carolina and New Jersey. And again, Montreal trails Philadelphia by 3 points. Not exactly out of it with 56 points, trailing by 15 points to Pittsburgh. They just can't overcome that. That's going to be way too much for Montreal. But the Canadians are 14, 15, and 1 at home. Carolina, a good road team, 19, 5, and 6. Everything says take Carolina here. If you're going to lay the heavy favorites together on the puck line, I'd still be wary of Tampa, to be honest. They just haven't done it for me. Carolina, I think you can trust them, I guess. It's just such a big price. Tampa Bay, yes, 2, 5, and 3 in their last 10 for Tampa. So not playing well at all. And then the injury, we talked about the injuries. So Montreal is definitely the more banged up team. So we'll take a no play on this. Another tough game on the slate. 7 o'clock, Vegas Golden Knights are at the Florida Panthers. Florida is minus 160. The Knights plus 135. Over under 6.5. I don't know. I just don't know. Let's see. Let's see how these teams are trending. Maybe that gives me a little bit of hope. 5-5 for Florida. They've won 1 in a row now. They're about 5. They're about even as far as goals scored and goals given up. Vegas 7-1-2 in their last 10. Winners of 3 in a row. Look at the top teams there in the Pacific: Vegas, Los Angeles, and Seattle. Vegas with 3 wins in a row. Los Angeles with 4 wins in a row. And the Kraken 4 wins in a row as well. So a little bit of slipping going on there in the Pacific in terms of Edmonton and Calgary, really. Calgary's the one team that's really falling out of the race here, or starting to. They're going to need another strong effort tonight against Minnesota to try to keep up pace with the top 3 teams there in the Pacific. I don't know. I don't think I like this game either, to be honest. 60-minute puck line, if anyone's interested in that. Golden Knights are plus 196. That's not too bad of a price to beat Florida at home. You're getting 2-1, just to win in regulation. So that's something that you might be able to look at there. 2-1 is a nice little payday. Golden Knights over-under is 2.5 for the game at minus 164. I think I'll take a chance on that 60-minute money line, to be honest. But Florida could win this game at home. If you want the Florida team goals over 3.5, is minus 108. Yeah, just I don't know. Good games, but I just can't really. I feel like they're all toss-up hard games, even with the bigger money lines with Carolina and Tampa Bay. So no play here, I guess. Panthers and Knights goalies listed. Let's see if Quick is getting in there. Bobrovsky is the only goalie listed, so we'll see if we get a Jonathan Quick appearance for the Golden Knights later when they list their goalies. All right, this is one I think I could get on board with, I guess, but it's a big number again. The Penguins are minus 320 at home. The Blue Jackets are plus 255. The over-under is 6.5. And the Penguins on the puck line, minus 2.5 is just plus 132. I would look at Pittsburgh 60-minute goals over 3.5 is minus 166. I guess you could play the Penguins and Carolina in a money line parlay. That would make the most sense at this point. I expect Pittsburgh actually to win this game at home. Minus 150 if you want the Penguins and Carolina both to win straight up with overtime included. Let's see if we get a regulation price. 60-minute money line for Carolina minus 225, and then on Pittsburgh on the 60-minute money line will be minus 200. So plus 116 now if you add those two teams on the 60-minute line. All right, the Sabres and the let's see, goalie. Let's get back to the goalies real quick. We have Elvis Merzlikins and Tristan Jarry listed in this game. I believe if we go to the Columbus injuries, they're going to be pretty banged up. They're getting healthier at this point. Just 4 players for Columbus listed on the injury report, and the Penguins a pair of players themselves. But Pittsburgh at home with a heavy money line is about the best thing we can come up with parlayed with Carolina so far. All right. Let's see here. 8 o'clock. I'm sorry, 7:30 face-off. Buffalo is at Nassau to face the Islanders. Minus 180 for the Islanders or minus 175, somewhere in that range. Plus 145 on the comeback for the Sabres. Over under is 6.5. Another hard game, to be honest. Wow. I mean, I just don't have much opinion on this. The Islanders continuing to have some of their better players hurt. Barzell, Pajot, Clutterbuck, and Wallstrom. They've been playing physical. Buffalo is a nice team, but they just can't seem to completely get it done. And they're in that mix there to try to catch the Islanders for one of those last playoff spots. 5 players listed on the injury report for Buffalo. Minus 178 for the Islanders at home. Yeah, I don't know. Again, this is just a tough game. I don't see it. No goalies listed either for this one already. So we'll see what they come up with in that. But yeah, no play here. If you need team goals, this could be an under game. 60-minute total goals for the Islanders is over 3.5 plus 100. Sabres over 2.5 minus 122. I think that's the one shot I might take. Although I just said I do like the under. The Islanders just seem to play lower scoring games for sure. I'm not so sure Buffalo can get their amped up offense firing in all cylinders there. So we'll pass on that. 8 p.m. the Flames are at the Wild. Calgary coming off the back-to-back. Minnesota is minus 150 at home. I think you could take them at minus 150 and throw them in with the Penguins and the Hurricanes. Now that 3-leg parlay is now at plus 260. If you take the Wild at minus 150, long game overtime for the Flames. Had to fly out from Dallas to Minnesota. Not the shortest trip. I mean, you're basically going from one of the furthest points south to one of the furthest points north. I'll be reluctant to take the 60-minute line, though, with the Wild. It does pay plus 108. Wild team goals don't seem to be getting there either when I've messed around with that in my limited attempts. But Minnesota is the second place team in the Central now. Winners of 4 in a row, 8-1-1, and they have 78 points, trailing Dallas just by 3. If I scroll down for Calgary, 3-5-2 in their last 10. Like I said, they've been kind of plummeting, but I think this is a good spot for the Wild. That's about the best play I see on the board tonight. That's the team I would take anyway. Hey, plus 108 on the 60-minute line is not the worst line either, to be honest. If you take plus 108 on that 3-game parlay with 60-minute lines, Penguins and Hurricanes, now you're getting paid plus 350. So that's probably worth a shot. Goalies listed here are Philip Gustafson is the only goalie listed in this game. All right, 9 o'clock start with the Sharks and the Avalanche. Sharks are plus 280, Avalanche minus 360. Another big game. Sharks got blown out by the Capitals the other night, 8-3. So there'll be a Colorado here again. Actually, Sharks won. They won last night. I know we mentioned their name. Yeah, they won at the Jets in overtime, 3-2. Bad loss for Winnipeg there, right? So the Avalanche minus 360 at home. I don't know, but Colorado just has the injuries. They've 6-2-2 in their last 10. I mean, that still is 4 losses in that group. The Sharks 2-7-1 in their last 10. I guess it's Colorado at home. If you want to go ahead and throw them in. Let's see if I just screwed up everything technology-wise. Okay, yeah, all right, we're still live here. All right. Issues here, and then let me do this. All right, stay by. Stand by through technical difficulties. Stand by for that. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Okay. I guess we're going to try to do this. Is it going to be an echo? All right, great. Well, this is fun halfway through. Okay, let's just wrap this up real quick. I don't know if there's going to be an escape for me here with this echo and time to troubleshoot, but we are here the last game or two. So you can take Avalanche if you want to with Pittsburgh, Minnesota, and Carolina, and nothing more besides that. Blues and Coyotes, no play there. Ducks, Kraken, 10 o'clock. Heavy favorite for Seattle, no play there. Let me give you Nephew Dave's picks, and then I'm going to have to end this broadcast. too much clicking here. So I got a little echo effect, and I got to troubleshoot. All right, so let's see. All right, Nephew Dave will take the Vegas 60-minute line. He'll take under the total in the Sabres Islanders. Yes, we like that. And he'll take the Coyotes team total, which is going to be Actually, I don't have that right here, but I guess it's on his book. Assume it's over 2.5. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream. I got a little echo effect. I got to do some troubleshooting with this stream, and good luck on your tip.